Well, y'all, it does it to me every time. So I think I'm just going to put it vertical and be done with it from now on, unless I go live immediately. Looks like we got Wilson in the house. Hey, Wilson. Got Kai Ellis. Hey there. I'm eating a cookie, y'all. How you two doing today or this evening? Got Brendan. Hello, Brendan. Yes, game time. I thought I had time to eat this cookie before I got started, but I didn't. Good about to put on the game for my drive home. You must be at work. We got Dennis just came in and Donna. Hey, hey Donna. Hey Dennis. If I can get my allergies halfway cleared up, I plan on singing a concert for Christmas. But I tell you what, I'm really having a battle with my allergies right now. I couldn't even hit notes when I tried to sing last night. I'd go to hit a note and it's like, ah. And there's Susie Ann from Yuma, Arizona. I can't sing a song on this game night because if I do, they will not monetize my video. They'll copyright it if I do any singing with music and stuff. I can't sing with my allergies anyway. I was just having a good time last night because I wasn't singing. And there's Tamara. Hey, Tamara. I hate to eat in front of y'all, but I'm finishing this cookie. It's one of my strawberry cookies. Yes, Dennis, they are good. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, Tamara. Heidi ho. I tell you, I got to get with it. I just couldn't get in the mood to get going today. I haven't started dragging my Christmas decorations out of the shed yet because I don't usually buy Christmas decorations every year. I save them and I bring them out and I reuse them every year. So everything I put up this year is stuff I've already had. It's not going to be anything that I buy new. If I ever get motivated to get my stuff out and start putting it in the yard where I want it to be. Same with Donna, huh? I'm just putting up Grinch. Is that all you're going to put up, Dennis, is Grinch? And that video that I put out I called them yellow turnips. I knew good and well in my mind they're yellow beets. They're not turnips. But throughout the whole video, and even in the title of the video, I called them yellow turnips. They're yellow beets, y'all, but they're just as good as turnips, and you can cook them the same way. So, that was all correct. And they're good because I've been eating them. But yeah, they're yellow beets, and I did the video with the yellow beets and the ponderosa pink tomato. No, cookies are not a prize tonight. My grandkids love it. I thought they were rutabagas. No, they were yellow beets is what they were. That's something new because I've never grown yellow beets before. I grew the red beets last year and I grew some this year. And they did better last year than they did this year for some reason. But they are good. And you can cook them just like any other greens. You cook the tops and the roots and then you chop them up together like I did. Just like you do the turnips, and you can do the rutabagas that way too if you want. Some people will cook the rutabaga root separate than the greens. Well, I don't know why my chat is jumping all over my... Don't I wish, Dennis? I can't even afford to buy me a new car, much less give one away. I got silly last night, Gladys. That's the way I get when I get down in the dumps and I start feeling gloomy. I start singing around the house and listening to the music, and I get silly. I know Gladys asked me one time, "What are you drinking?" I was drinking tea and honey and lemon. The prize tonight is a Thanksgiving tablecloth for your table. I guess you can use it for just fall. I don't think it says Thanksgiving, but it's got all the fall colors and everything. It's Harvest fall color or fall design tablecloth. It's got little cars and designs on it. You can see in that picture there. Gladys, did you get your prize I mailed to you? I just happened to think about that. I know singing is medicine. Yeah, usually I just play music around the house and I'm singing with it, and I haven't done that in a long time. But I just kind of got down and out last night. Couldn't sleep. So I decided I'd start singing, and I started looking for songs on the internet that I could bring up that had the words with them, because I didn't know the words to a lot of the songs. So I decided, well, hey, I'm just going to go live with it. Let everybody in on my madness last night. I knew I couldn't sing because my allergies are too bad right now. Started with Christmas music and ended with Tennessee whiskey. And I don't drink. I've never drank whiskey in my life. I don't drink alcohol, never have. But I've heard people sing that song in videos and stuff, and I thought it was neat. I love the tempo and the music and the way, the rhythm of the song. You know, regardless of the words that's in it. I wish it had some other words in it. And I might end up changing some of the words and singing it myself. Because that's the way I did the fishing song. You know, it's always the man singing it, and it's talking about the woman, you know, meeting them at the door when they get home and all that stuff. And I changed it to him instead of her. Susie Ann said cured. Blue Moon. Yeah, I couldn't find the right version of Blue Moon to really sing it last night. Because you get used to singing one version of it, and it's real hard to switch and sing another version. Because the music and the tempo, the rhythm, everything is different. It takes a stiff drink too. I don't drink though. I was drinking tea. It takes a stiff drink to make me sing. Well, it's funny because it was funny, you know, I have sang a couple of solos in our church before. And one Sunday I got there, I was not prepared. I didn't know I was going to be singing solos. And I walked up to in the choir room, and we started going up on stage, you know, where the choir stands behind, you know, at the back of the stage. And as I stepped up on the stage, the instructor handed me the microphone. He said, "Here, you're singing solo." I thought to myself, what? What am I singing? Because I had not practiced or anything. Thank God we had a big screen up on the back of the church, the back of the sanctuary, with the words to the songs that would come up just like a karaoke machine almost. But it had the words on that screen, and you could see it like it was right in front of you. And we had sang the song a lot as a choir, or as, you know, several people, not just as a solo. So I took the microphone and I got out there and I started singing. And little did I know I was going to have to go through like 3 or 4 songs before they let me off the stage. Because one just rolled right into another, you know, and it's like, okay, well, I got to sing another one, you know. So I sang them, and then I walked back and got back in the choir with the rest of them. But he knew, you know, I knew the songs. I didn't know every single word, but as long as I had the words up on the board behind me to, you know, refresh my memory on the words, I could sing it, because he knew I had sung it enough with the choir before that I knew how to sing it. I just was up there by myself. But he said I was the beatenest thing he'd ever seen. He said, you give me a microphone and I turn into a different person. It's just something I love to do. I love to sing. I just wish I could do something with my allergies to clear them up so I could sing. It's bad when you get into a song and you try to hit a high note and you can't, because when you try to hit it, nothing comes out, or your voice squeaks. And that's what was happening to me last night. I couldn't hit the higher notes. I could hit the low ones, but I couldn't go to the high notes to save my life. And I sounded flat in a lot of the songs. Yeah, I bet Gladys can sing. And you know, I didn't notice them when I bought it. It is a round tablecloth. But you can still use it if you got a square table. My tables are all round. And I didn't even look to see if it was round or square. I just picked it up because I knew it was the tablecloth and brought it home. But yeah, it's for a round table. But like I said, you can put it on a square table. I put square tablecloths on this round table that I'm sitting at. And they look just as good. They might just fit a little different, but they look just as good. Gladys Knight in the Pits. Yeah, I bet Gladys could sing. Donna said I would have lost it. Yeah, it surprised me. But, you know, I give it all I got when I'm in choir practice. When we're rehearsing music for services and stuff, I give it all I've got. I practice at home. I practice on Wednesday nights. We practice sometimes on Sunday morning before we ever go out to the service to sing. So I was pretty well prepared for the songs that he threw at me. I don't know what I'd have done if I hadn't been prepared for them. If I hadn't been used to singing them, put it that way. But I got to thinking, I said, well, maybe that's what he thought would happen. Maybe he thought if he handed me that microphone and told me to get out there, that I'd just fall apart. But I didn't. I was like, okay, let's see what I can do. I took the microphone, got out there in the middle of the stage, and the music started, and I started singing. And I didn't stop till I sang like 3 songs. And I felt good about it. I had a good time doing it. I don't know how I sounded. You know, I never could hear myself, but I sang them. So low we can't hear it. Yeah, I wish YouTube would not penalize you because you sing on your YouTube video. But I understand, you know, these companies that own the rights to songs and the music, they do that because, you know, they're there to make money off of the music that they do. They write the music that they put together. And they don't want other people making money using their lyrics and their song, their music. But I think they should let you share it. You know, let them get a little bit off of your video and then you get part of it too. Just not leave you cold and not get nothing at all off your views. I mean, to me, the more people would probably do it if they would let you monetize your video, if you did that. Because you would make a little bit off of the songs, and that company would too. But they probably went ahead and monetized my video, my live. Even though YouTube does not monetize it, that other company's making money off of my video that I did last night. I'm not making anything, but they are. Because they've got it monetized. Yeah, I thought to myself, I think he learned his lesson. You don't hand me a microphone and tell me to go sing, because I'm going to do it. I tried out for one of the singers in the Life of Jesus Christ, you know, that they put on at the amphitheater in Glen Rose every year. This is an $8 million outdoor theater that they've got in Glen Rose. And I worked there through a few seasons. And this one time I decided, well, I sing, you know, I've recorded a few songs that's pretty decent. So I went and tried out for it one day. And there was like 4 people sitting behind a table that were listening to you. And there was one over here operating the music. And I brought in my own CD that I recorded. And I told him, I said, now, this CD has got the music to the song on it, but it's also got me singing on it. But I said, that's the only music I had to go by. And they went ahead and played the music. They turned it down kind of low. He got me up there and I started singing with my CD, you know, and he kept telling me to sing a little louder, sing a little louder, Sing a little loud. He told me 4 or 5 times to sing a little louder. So I was at the point where I was basically just shouting out, trying singing. But I kept going. And I think he realized it was me singing. And I hate it because, and then too, it may have worked out for the best. You were supposed to go out in the auditorium part of the amphitheater, which is outdoors, and sit down and wait till all the contestants, did their audition. And then they were going to come back up on the stage and let you know who they chose, because they usually choose several people for different parts. And then they'll also get like backup singers for that person. So like if you're in a show for that season and you're sick and you can't be at a show one night, you got a backup singer that can come in and take your place. Well, I felt good about it. And I went out in the auditorium, the outdoor auditorium, and I was sitting there waiting and with some other people. And all of a sudden this lady comes walking up there and she says, "Oh, you can leave." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "They haven't listened to all the singers yet." "Oh, you can leave. They've already chosen someone." And I left, not knowing any different, but thinking back, she was eliminating competition for some of the singers is what it was. I should have stayed because I had a good chance of getting the part. And yeah, she was going around telling different singers, "Oh, you can leave now. They've settled on a couple of singers that you don't need to stay." And she was like eliminating all of the competition, telling them to go home. So when they came out on stage later to let people know how they stood with their audition and what people they chose for the singers and the backup singers, because they chose more than one singer. There were several different parts for that show that had singing parts. And the guy was wondering where everybody went. He said, "What happened to all the people that auditioned? We had a lot of people audition. Where are they?" And that woman told him, "Oh, they left." Plain and simple, they left. And see, you never know. There's always somebody else out there going to stab you in the back. They're going to look out for number one or somebody that they want in the place. They want to be chosen. And they eliminated the competition by telling the rest of us to go home. But like I said, I feel like it happened for the best. Good Lord didn't want me in that show. So I didn't end up in that show. The Happy Goodmans, yeah. You love that group. I got me some hot tea tonight. It's a little chilly. It's not cold. It's 55 degrees showing on my laptop here. It got down to 35, I think, last night, or that's what it was supposed to be. But all my plants were fine. Some of them looked kind of wilted, but for the most part, nothing froze because it didn't get to freezing. And I think it's supposed to be 37 tonight. So, and then it's going to get warmer each night after tonight. So we don't have a chance of freezing anytime soon. Unless the weather changes drastically. Yeah, it was kind of warm. I was out doing stuff in the yard and it was cool, comfortable. But after you get out there and you start moving around and doing stuff, you start getting hot. Okay, we got a few more minutes before we start playing. Again, for the people that weren't in here, we've got a fall design or Thanksgiving design tablecloth we're giving away tonight. It's got little trucks and fall leaves and all the fall colors in it. It'll be pretty for somebody's table. 43 in Florida right now. Oh, wow. That's cool for Florida. Like I said, it's 55 degrees showing on my laptop right now. if they haven't changed it. No, it's 55. And then I went into the theater on the square, and I turned in a CD. I told the guy that that's a copy of one of my CDs I recorded. And, I was trying to get into their show or being able to sing on stage at their shows, because they always do like live concerts or live people on stage singing, playing guitar, whatever, on the weekends. And I thought maybe I could get into one of their shows, but didn't get anywhere with that. The man ended up having a heart attack, and there's no telling where my CD ended up. And I was going to audition down in Glen Rose at one of their country theaters, and I didn't have any real music. I told them I had a CD that I could drop off with them that I had recorded of me singing. So I left it with them, but I never heard anything. Of course, that's like everything else. They've got their own people that they want in those shows. So I wanted to read something to you. And it's kind of what I live by. But let me read it first. It says, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." That is the best advice anybody could ever get. Don't look at the future. Don't dwell on the past. Live and think about the present day and time. There's not a lot you can do about the future. There's nothing you can do about the past. The only thing you can do anything about is the present day. Make one of my CDs as a prize. I don't know of anybody that would want it. I've got some of Bon Jovi's songs that I recorded on a CD, right along with my church music and everything else. Well, yeah, kind of, that's true, Dennis. Live like there's no tomorrow. But you got to be careful with that, because, you have to enjoy life. But you have to do it legally and responsibly. You don't want to get out there and get drunk every day having a good time, thinking you're having a good time drinking, which I don't do. Brendan says, "We love hearing you sing." Well, I wish I could have done a better job at it last night, but my allergies did not cooperate with me. Oh, I might do that. I wouldn't have thought anybody would have really wanted one, but I might do that. I even recorded a song for a friend of mine, but he told me he wanted me to change some of the words in the song from the way it was written, and he told me what parts he wanted changed, and I wrote it all down, and I practiced that song forever, and then finally I recorded it and sent it to him, and he paid me for it. Well, we've been on here for about 28 minutes. The prize is the tablecloth for Thanksgiving. So I guess we can get started with the questions and start playing trivia. I've got 2010, 1990s, I've got 1980s, and 2000s. Which one should we get the questions out of? 2010s, 1990s, 1980s, or 2000s? Y'all let me know. No, we've done the old school, new school for the last like 3 trivias. We got to change and do something else. Yeah, y'all want to do the old school, new school because we've done it so much, you know the answers. We need to get something that's a little bit more difficult. Gladys says, Linda, I through you thought you were going to your videos. What? No, this is not videos. It's not on trivia night, Gladys. That was on the surprise night that I asked questions about a video. That's when I go surprise and ask a question for you to win something. Donna says, no, I'm old. Well, how about going to 1980s? Dennis said, I'm old. Well, these have some of the same questions old school, new school has in it. We'll see how it goes. We'll start with the 1980s. Oh my goodness. I got all these things strung out. Here's some still wrapped in the paper, so I'm going to take them out and start asking those questions, because they still might be some that we've already been asking, but they're in a pack that has not been opened yet. So we're going to start with that one. Okay. I've got a fuse that went out because I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark, y'all. And I don't think I got any fuses. Oh, my Lord. I don't know what to do here. Let me see. I've got a fuse out somewhere. Oh. Well, it just blinked, so what's going on? Huh. Y'all hold on a minute. I got to find a flashlight and go check my fuse box. I'm going outside to check the main breaker. This is crazy. It's got to be one of my fuses in my fuse box here. Want me to keep you online and see if I could go fix it, or you just want... Y'all still here? I'm still live, but it shows that my chat's not connected. Somebody put something in chat. I paid my electric bill. My outside lights is on. My microwave is on. My refrigerator is on. It's one of the breakers that flipped and it's knocked the lights out in here. It knocked the lights out of the whole house. But the outside lights are on. My microwave is on. My refrigerator is on. Are y'all still with me? Somebody put something in the chat. Y'all, I know I'm still live. I don't have no internet connection. So I can't see the chat. The chat box is gone. I've got to figure out what the problem is. So let me go check my fuses. And it just blinked back on. So maybe it just came loose. If y'all still with me, just hold on. Let me go check and see if it just come loose or whatever's going on. Because it's back here in the other end of the house. Oh, goodness me. Y'all, if you're still with me, I paid my electric bill. It's got to be my fuses. I'm trying to find what fuse it is I need to replace because it's knocked my internet out. Thank God for having extra fuses. Let there be light, y'all. Now, let's see if we can get everybody reconnected here. It shows I'm still live on my phone, but the chat's not up. Oh, it knocked me offline. Y'all, I hope you're bearing with me here. It must have knocked the router out because it's not letting me get back online. I may have to go reset the router. Connected finally. Did I lose everybody? Whew. Let there be light. This is what I had to change. These big fuses, the main fuses. I changed a couple of the little ones because I always keep extra fuses because I never know when my fuses are going to go out. So, yeah, it took changing out these two fuses to get my electricity back on. It was still on part of the house, but these knocked it out of the overhead lights and everything. Yeah, my cell service on my phone kept me connected, but the internet here at the house went out. You know, when there's no electricity, the internet cuts off. So I finally got back on the internet after getting these two fuses put in. Thank God I had some. Now I'm going to have to go back and replace these and get two more and put them in my bottom drawer in there so I'll have them for next time because I don't want to be all night with no electricity, you know. Yeah, that's what it took was those two fuses right there. The big ones that go in the main breaker box. And I always keep extra fuses on hand. Because years and years ago when I first lived here, my fuses blew out in the middle of the night. I had to wait till the next day and then go try to find fuses. So when I finally found fuses, I bought extra fuses for every fuse I've got. So I said, now you blow out and I've got one to replace you with. But that's what it was. And they're not easy to get in. I had to get a screwdriver to prise them out. How many do I still have connected with me? 28, that's not too bad. And nice to meet you, Scotty. Lance came in. Hey, Lance and Rusty Bucket. Yeah, I have returned. Now my phone's trying to disconnect and come back on. That's one good thing about going live on your phone. Your computer may lose connection if your electricity goes out, but you'll keep your internet connection on your phone if you're videoing through that. You don't lose connection. I know there's a lot of places you can't get these fuses. And I stock up on them. I'm going to be going tomorrow to replace these fuses. I'll get as many as I can. Because that's the only problem I always have with my lights going out, is the fuses burn out. I've got a breaker box out on the pole outside. Sometimes the breaker will trip, and I'll go out there and I'll flip the breaker and it's okay. And I know if that doesn't work, I come in the house and I got to replace a fuse because I got a fuse box in my bedroom in here. But anyway, wasn't that exciting? I know I might not be able to replace these when I go to get them tomorrow. I think I bought 2 extra sets when I went and got them before. So If I find them, I'm going to buy several sets of them, so I know I'll have them. Computer's making a racket now. Now, are y'all getting ready to play trivia? Wasn't this exciting? And there's Scotty Cargo. Hello, Scotty. We were getting ready to play trivia for a prize, and my electricity went out, and my fuse burned out. So I had to go replace your fuses to get my lights back on. See, when you live in a place for as long as I have, you know all the little things you got to do and keep on hand and that type of thing, you know. Because this is an older home, so it don't work exactly like these newer models do. Yep, that's what we're going for. We're going to be asking questions out of 1980s book or box. I am a dude who loves to dress in women's clothing. Oh, well, that's your prerogative. First question, y'all. For what dial-up internet provider were the words "welcome" and "you've got mail" recorded on a cassette deck in 1989? What was the name of the dial-up internet provider? I'll wait a few minutes. I got some answers popped up. We'll see if we get any more. Okay, I got the first three answers. It was AOL. So Scotty, Brendan, and Lance all got a point for that. Next question. And I hope no more lights go out. It's been years since I've had a fuse to blow out. The last time it blew out, it was so burned up that it almost fell apart when I prized it out of the little box that it's in. You know, it goes in like a clip. The casing of the fuse was all busted open. I said, no wonder you weren't working. There's Karen Meyer. Hello, Karen. Okay, next question. On the night of November 9th, 1989, what bulwark and symbol of the Cold War was torn down? On the night of November 9th, 1989, what bulwark and symbol of the Cold War was torn down? What wall? Okay, we got, let's see, Scotty, Paula, Brendan, Lance, Donna Placedia. Palcetti. Scotty Cargo. I've already got you. Jana, what do you mean East Berlin? That would be the whole country of East Berlin. I mean, you got to name what they tore down. But I'll give you a point. So it was the Berlin Wall. And I got little buddy scratching at the door. He's been fed so many times today, him and Lucky. I've gave him food this morning. I gave him another bunch of food about mid-morning. I gave them treats at lunchtime. I gave them another dish of food mid-afternoon. I gave them dry food just before dark. And little buddy scratching at the door. I know what he wants. He's wanting treats right now. So he's scratching at the door wanting to come in and get treats. Okay, next question. Which video game was about racing, radio control cars, RC Pro-Am, Outrun, or Rad Racer? Which one of those? Which video game was about racing, radio control cars? Either RC Pro-Am, Outrun, or Rad Racer. Grand Theft Auto. Well, out of all of the answers, let's see. I've got Lance and Scotty, Pro-Am. Well, I got Brendan Newton came in there at the bottom, so that's the first three. That's all I'm taking. It was RC Pro-Am. This is the most exciting live I've ever had when all my lights go out. I'm glad I had fuses and that fixed it. That scared me for a minute. How many balloons did Nina sing about in her 1984 hit? How many balloons did Nina sing about in her 1984 hit? Okay, I'm not taking any more answers. I've got like 5 or 6 already. It was 99. I would not have known that. It said the German version of the song was 99 Luftballons, and the English version was 99 red balloons. I've never even heard it. I wouldn't have known what they were talking about. So you see, y'all are smart. And there's Ann in the house. Welcome, Ann and Jana. You just came in after all the excitement. My lights went out in the house. I lost internet. It stayed on with my phone, though. Good thing, or I'd have lost everybody. But I finally got it fixed. I've had fuses on hand, so I was able to switch fuses. Okay, next question. Brendan, you're doing good, bro. This is category for Genzer. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Yeah, I always keep these big fuses on hand because I had to replace 2 of them in the main breaker before my lights would come back on. And my computer's making a racket. All right, next question. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Take one down, pass it around. 97 bottles of beer on the wall. We used to sing that all the time when I was a kid. That was a long song if you ever got down to 0. You'd be singing all day. Actor Terry Kaiser played dead in most of what 1989 comedy about 2 employees trying to fake that his character was still alive? Actor Terry Kaiser played dead in most of what 1989 comedy about 2 employees trying to fake that his character was still alive? Come on, y'all have seen that show, that movie. I know you have, you just don't remember. You're not thinking. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. Not Uncle Ed. I'm sure you've probably seen the movie and you just don't remember it. Let me read it again. Actor Terry Kaiser played dead in most of what 1989 comedy about 2 employees trying to fake that his character was still alive. All right, I got my 2 answers. It was Weekend at Bernie's. Scotty and Brendan got it. I knew some of you knew it. Too late, Lance. Let me give this cat something before he scratches a hole in my door. Come on if you want these. I had to give the 2 fur babies their catnip treats before they go crazy out there. Okay, let's see, where were we? Young bucks. All right. What shoe company made the Larry Bird shoe and the Magic shoe and then asked viewers to choose your weapon in a 1986 commercial? What shoe company made the Larry Bird shoe and the Magic shoe and then asked viewers to choose your weapon in a 1986 commercial? I'm waiting for all of you to get your answers in there so I don't miss any of them. Gladys says, good luck, everyone. I'm tired. I'm sorry you got to leave, Gladys. Oh, Gladys, did you get your prize that I sent out to you yet? The plates and the napkins, did you get those yet? You should have got them. That is if she's still here and hears me. Yes, okay, great. You got them. And I didn't get your pepper jelly out in the mail yet, but I got it boxed up today. So when I mail the prize from tonight, tomorrow, or the next day, I'll mail your jelly to you. And you can probably eat it because it's not that hot. The first batch I made is not hot at all, and that's the one I'm going to eat. So I sent you a jar of that. The next ones are just mildly hot. They're not really hot either. So I think you might be able to eat it. Okay, y'all got your answers in? We only got one person with the right answer. And it's Brendan. Way to go, Brendan. It was Converse. Brendan got the point. LOL, is Reebok still around? I assume they are. I mean, you might have to order their shoes online, but I'm sure you could probably still get some. That used to be all I wore was Reebok. I'd wear their black Reeboks, the leather ones. I wore them every day when I was a substitute teacher because I subbed for coaches a lot of times and I was in the gym a lot. So I found my black leather Converse lace-up sports shoes were the best thing I could wear because they looked dressy. They went with everything, you know, and I could go on the court with them. You too, Gladys. You have a great night. Sorry you have to leave. Dennis said I wore tracks. Okay, next question. In 1989, who became the first African American host of national late night TV talk show? In 1989, who became the first African American host of a national late night TV talk show? Okay, everybody got their answers in? Got quite a few of you that got it. It was Arsenio Hall. So Ann Watson, Donna, Brenda, Brendan, Lance, Paula. All of you got a point. Janet, you come in after I told it. So I don't know if you heard me tell it or not. I'll go ahead and give you a point. Okay. What is a D20 in Dungeons and Dragons? What is a D20 in Dungeons and Dragons? What is a D20 in Dungeons and Dragons? Baby Boomer says hi. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the answer. It is a die. Brendan is the only one that got it. It's a 20-sided die, to be exact. A die, a 20-sided die. So, Brendan, way to go. Whoopee. Next question. Now I look like a nerd. What novel featuring Ignatius J. Riley and New Orleans earned John Kennedy Toole a posthumous Pulitzer Prize for fiction? What novel featuring Ignatius J. Riley, I know I don't pronounce that correctly, and New Orleans earned John Kennedy Toole a Pulitzer Prize for fiction? It says, what novel featuring J. Riley and New Orleans earned John Kennedy Toole a Pulitzer Prize for fiction? Nope. Not War and Peace, not Garden of Good and Evil. Dennis is glad I've already got a tablecloth. I don't have one for Thanksgiving. I never bought a Thanksgiving tablecloth. I've got one for Christmas. Everybody got their answers in? I know there's a lag in the internet, so that's why I'm waiting. Yeah, I noticed there's a delay from my cell phone chat and my laptop, so I know you have a delay as well. It's just a few seconds. It's not long. Okay, we got one person with the answer. Confederacy of the Dunces or whatever that is. Way to go, Lance. Lance got the point for that one. And there's Frida Cassidy. Hello, Frida. How's Frida doing? Next question. In what computer game could you perish from dysentery, cholera, measles, or a snake bite? Grew up in Georgia. In what computer game could you perish from dysentery, cholera, measles, or a snake bite? Yeah, dysentery, Donna. Isn't that where you have the major loose bowel syndrome? All right, I'm going to call it. It was the Oregon Trail, Lance. And Brendan got it. Way to go, Brendan and Lance. Oregon Trail. Brendan says, I have the card game of this version of the game. Wow. What comet that visits Earth's vicinity about every 75 years last appeared in 1986? What comet that visits Earth's vicinity about every 75 years last appeared in 1986? They changed the name. I don't know if they changed the name or not. Hi, Keith Sweatpants. Way to go. You got that one right. It's Halley's Comet. Bill Haley in the comments. It was Halley's Comet. It's scheduled to return in 2061. I didn't know that, but I guess it is. All right, next question. In the movie Teen Wolf, what sport does Scott Howard excel in when he turns into a werewolf? In the movie Teen Wolf, what sport does Scott Howard excel in when he turns into a werewolf? I got everybody in. It was basketball, y'all. Everybody that got basketball got a point. He excelled in basketball. In Rocky 6, I guess this is. What boxer fights his final and fatal fight against Russian boxer Ivan Drago? I'm not good with my numeral numbers, so I don't know if this is... Might be 6. In Rocky 6, what boxer fights his final and fatal fight against Russian boxer Ivan Drago? Not Balboa, not Muhammad, not Mike Tyson. Well, I got all the answers in. Okay, it was Creed. Apollo Creed was who fought with him. Next question. On Cheers, which city's Major League basketball team did Ted Danson character once play for? It was Boston. His baseball nickname was Mayday Malone. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a little shiver of that cough drop that tried to go up my windpipe, like to choke me to death. Oh. But but you can hear when I cough how my chest is, my throat is when I'm coughing. That's why I had a real hard time singing last night. I couldn't do it. Yeah, that's exactly right, Dennis. I'm hoarse, kind of. And that's why I couldn't do anything at singing last night. Oh, man. Tea helps a little bit. Need a hot toddy. I don't have any alcohol here to fix a toddy with. Oh, yeah, I need some honey. Okay, let's see if I can read this next question. Who made a name for herself by singing I Think We're Alone Now in malls across the United States in 1987? Whew. I need something. I need something from my allergies. And the doctors won't give me anything that'll really clear them up. Oh, I can quit coughing any time now. It was Tiffany. So we got Keith Sweatpants, Brendan, Jana, Lance, Ann, Daniel. All of you got that one correct. Tiffany said her legendary mall tour kicked off in Paramus, New Jersey. Dennis said he doesn't know Tiffany. I don't either. I don't know who Tiffany is. Oh, God. All right, next question. If I can not cough enough to be able to answer, read it. A commercial for what candy shows a kid asking Mr. Owl how many licks it takes to get to the center of a sweet treat. A commercial for what candy shows a kid asking Mr. Owl how many licks it takes to get to the center of a sweet treat. Everybody that said Tootsie Pop won. You won a point. Tootsie Pop or Tootsie. That was a giveaway when they said it takes how many licks it takes to get to the center of the sweet treat. That's a Tootsie Pop because you always wonder how long it's going to take you to get to the center where the candy was, or if sometimes it was bubble gum inside. Only took the owl 3 licks. Another fun fact, it actually takes 365 licks. Really? You mean to tell me somebody actually counted how many licks it took to get to the center? Takes them a year. It wouldn't take me that long because as soon as I got it down small enough, I'd bite into it and pop it open. 1 lick for each day till next Halloween. Next question. What collectible cards featured characters such as Upchuck, Junk Food John, and Disgustin' Justin? What collectible cards featured characters such as Upchuck, Junk Food John, and Disgustin' Justin? He only knew it because of the documentary you answered. It was the Garbage Pail Kids. My son collected those cards. He had a notebook that I got for him with the pages, the clear pages that you could slip the cards in the little slots to keep them. So he had quite a few of them. You don't remember Garbage Pail Kids? All right, next question. What British airline, now known for its posh digs, charged only $1.89 for its maiden flight from the UK to New Jersey in 1984? What British airline, now known for its posh digs, charged only $189 for its maiden flight from the UK to New Jersey in 1984? Nobody's got it yet. Janice said she doesn't know because she really hates to fly. Not TWA, not British Air, not British Airways. Okay, I'm going to tell you. One person got it correct. Keith Sweatpants. It was Virgin. Virgin Atlantic. Virgin Atlantic. He had the Virgin part, so I'll give it to him. It was owned by entrepreneur Richard Branson. How did Hooters get in there, Daniel? I didn't know Hooters was a airline. El Kilroy. No, we've already got it. It was Virgin Atlantic. Next question. Should have guessed American. In Pee-wee's Big Adventure, what is stolen from Pee-wee Herman that leads him on a said adventure? In Pee-wee's Big Adventure, what is stolen from Pee-wee Herman that leads him on said adventure? Okay, is all the answers in? It was his bicycle. So quite a few of you got that right. Dennis, Paula, Jana, Tamara, Daniel, Keith Sweatpants, Brendan, Lance, Brendan. No, I'm reading his name twice. Anne. Yep, it was his bicycle. Next question. I got one, not proud. He has a game show now. Pee Wee Herman does. I don't keep up with him, so I didn't know what he was doing. Paul Rumens, he died. Was that Pee Wee Herman, real name, Paul Rubens? Yeah, I hadn't heard from him in quite a while, so I don't keep up with him, so I was wondering. I didn't know that he died. Poor man. Next question. A long-awaited D.C. memorial to what war opened to the public in 1982 with thousands of its veterans marching to the site? A long-awaited D.C. memorial to what war opened the public in 1982 with thousands of its veterans marching to the site? It was Vietnam War. My oldest brother was over there during that war. They had a big draft that year, and he was just right out of high school. And him and my brother that was a year younger than him decided they were going to enlist so they could get into the branch of service they wanted to get into, which was the Army, because they knew they were going to be drafted. Because they had a heavy draft that year. And they just knew they were going to be drafted into the service. So they just went ahead and enlisted in the Army. My older brother went to Vietnam. The next brother, he went to Germany. My brother used to tell tales about things that went on in Vietnam that was terrible. Like he said, these Vietnamese people would be walking down this dirt road, and here comes a tanker down the road. And you know, with those guys inside that thing, they can't see everything outside. And if somebody's walking along the little dirt road, they can't see them. They can't see them to try to stop or move out of the way. And those people would not move for the tanker. And my brother said the tankers literally ran over Vietnamese people because they didn't have the sense to get out of the freaking way. I mean, if there's a tanker coming toward me, I don't care if it stops or not. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm not going to stand there and let it run over me. It was, let's see, 1968, somewhere along in there, was it? It was 1968, 69, somewhere around in there. But I know they had just graduated. My older brother and my next brother, he just graduated. My other brother had been out for a few months, and they said they knew they were going to be drafted. Because as big as the family is, they're not going to take all of the boys out of the family and draft them. But they would have taken the two older ones, so that would have left the rest of the kids home. So they just went ahead and enlisted in the Army. 1967, yeah. I knew it had to be around 68, 67, 69, somewhere along through there. Veterans should have, yeah, they should have, Jana. Veterans should have the best of everything. What U.S. author and illustrator published his popular collection of whimsical children's poems, A Light in the Attic, in 1981? What U.S. author and illustrator published his popular collection of whimsical children's poems, A Light in the Attic, in 1981? It was Shel Silverstein. Several of you got it right. Key Sweatpants, Brendan, Lance, Daniel. Way to go. In 1981, who became the first woman to serve on the United States Supreme Court? In 1981, who became the first woman to serve on the United States Supreme Court? Okay, I guess y'all got your answers in. It was Sandra Day O'Connor. She was confirmed in the Senate by a vote of 99-0. I mean, can you imagine a vote like that? 99-0. I mean, she won that by a landslide. Either nobody voted, nobody ran against her, or nobody voted for the opponent. Yeah, I don't know about politics either, Jana. Next question. What long-running music and dance show was created and originally hosted by Don Cornelius? What long-running musical and dance show was created and originally hosted by Don Cornelius? It was Soul Train. It looks like most of you got it. Soul Train. Next question. What show set on a cruise ship welcomed famous guest stars on each episode, including Andy Warhol on one memorial episode in 1985? Warhol. It was Love Boat, y'all. Love Boat. Not Fantasy Island, not Gilligan's Island. It was Love Boat. Brendan said it was the only show I know that is set on a cruise ship. Yeah, it was a fun show. Next question. What is another name for hammer pants, parachute pants, skits, or shorts? What? What is another name for hammer pants, parachute pants, skids, or shorts? Oh, it makes sense now when I'm reading the answer. MC Hammer had something to do with that. Aladdin pants was not one of the choices. What is another name for hammer pants, parachute pants, skids, or shorts? I mean, it's crazy because they give you the name right in the question. Well, I would not have known that, Catherine. Hammer pants are the same as parachute pants. It was parachute pants. It said rapper MC Hammer once said, "The looser the pants, the more accentuated your dancing becomes." Because remember when he first became famous, he wore those great big old parachute pants. First one I think I ever saw wear them when he was performing. But they got the name right in the question. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, kind of something. It was like multiple choice. But that's the way it read. It said, what is another name for hammer pants, parachute pants, skids, or shorts? They all are basically the same type of a pant. And the answer was parachute pants. Too legit to quit. Break it down. All right, next question. What company's oil tanker struck a reef off the coast of Alaska in 1989, spilling nearly 11 million gallons of oil all over the next several days? Diddy's baby oil. It was Exxon, y'all. Exxon. What Mississippi city is in the title of Neil Simon's Tony-winning play about a Brooklyn boy from Brighton Beach who joins the army? What Mississippi city is in the title of Neil Simon's Tony-winning play about a Brooklyn boy from Brighton Beach who joins the army? Catherine's still on Exxon. We've already passed that one. We're on a different question. It was Biloxi. Biloxi, Mississippi. The play is Biloxi Blues. That was the play they were talking about. Biloxi Blues. We having fun yet? I guess when my electricity went off, it scared a lot of people off. They left and didn't come back because we're down to 28 people. We had more than that when the electricity went off. But of course. All right, next question. What annual benefit concert inspired by Live Aid was started by Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Willie Nelson in 1985? Oh, oh me. And then we grew grains. Yeah, I got you, Donna. Oh, me. Was Farm Aid. Farm Aid. And there's Shatika. Hello. Blessings to you and good evening. Always fun. I have to go. Well, let me check the points right quick. See how many you got compared. Yeah, we've got several people that are way ahead of you, Jana. So you have a good night if you got to go. I just wanted to make sure before you left that you weren't close to winning. Catherine says, I got COVID, so give me a break. Oh, no, Catherine. I meant the yawn. Oh, okay. It's that time of night. Oh. I woke up before daylight this morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. So it made it a long day. I even laid down on the couch this afternoon, about mid-afternoon, trying to take a nap, and I couldn't go to sleep. So hopefully I'll sleep tonight. What do the letters C and D stand for in the term CD player? What do the letters C and D stand for in CD player? Whoa. Looks like all of you got it right. It stands for compact disc. Way to go, guys and ladies. All right, next question. Released in 1983, what was the price of the Dynatac 8000X, the first mobile phone? Was it $2,000, $4,000, or $6,000? Released in 1983, what was the price of the Dynatac 8000X, the first mobile phone? Was it 2,000, 4,000, or 6,000? Everybody got their answers in? It's not an A, B, or C. You got to give me the price. How much? I know that's expensive. Well, look, who was that was in our chat the other night that said they were 19 years old and they got their first iPhone, and it was what? Around $4,000 or $5,000? And he's paying for it himself? I told him I couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford $5,000-$6,000 for an iPhone. Yeah, no wonder I don't have one, Dennis. I can't afford something like that. Oh my God. Something that costs that much for a phone, it should do everything but get up and walk for you. Okay, let's see how many people got it. I'm letting the chat get away with me. Dennis said it looked like a brick. Yeah, and they called it the brick. You remember that? They actually called that phone the brick. It was $6,000. No, wait a minute, 4,000. I'm sorry. $4,000. It weighed 28 ounces, and it was nicknamed the brick. The most expensive iPhone is only up to $1,500. Dennis says I had a landline. Depends on what year was that? 1963? No, 83. I didn't even have a phone. I didn't have a house phone or cell phone. I don't think cell phones existed. I didn't have a house phone either. That's when I guess they first started coming out. But I didn't have a phone of any kind. To what location did the Beach Boys want to get there fast but then take it slow? In 1988. To what location did the Beach Boys want to get there fast, but then take it slow in 1988? I'm going to stop the chat here. It's getting away from me, y'all. Way down there, Daniel says Aruba, Jamaica. Oh, I want to take you. Well, whoever said Kokomo or Kokomoa that was the correct answer. So y'all got points for that. Next question. In what year was Trivial Pursuit first released? 1981, 1966. No, wait a minute. 1986 or 1989? 1981, 1988, or 1989? What year was Trivial Pursuit released? All of you got your answers in? We got a few got the answer correct. It was 1981. So everybody that said 1981 got a point. Next question. What time-obsessed European country launched the trendy, affordable Swatch watch in 1983? What time-obsessed European country launched the trendy, affordable Swatch watch in 1983? Oh, whatever Daniel says. It was Switzerland, y'all. Switzerland. Switzerland is the only country I know that makes famous watches. Yeah. Yeah, the first country that comes to my mind when you start talking about watches is Switzerland, because they come up with the Swiss watch. I was looking to see how long we've been on here. We ran over a little bit because of my electricity going out and having to figure out what fuse to replace, because I never know which one it is. I just have to start wiggling fuses around and hope for the best. Yeah, the Swiss Army knife. Yep. 2 hours, 17 minutes now. Okay, so I'm going to let this be the last card of questions that we ask. Callie, Ugg, and Wrong Way are all bad guys in what cube hopping video game? Callie, Ugg, Wrong Way are all bad guys in what cube topping video game? Coily, I guess. Coily, Coily, Ugg, and Wrong Way are all bad guys in what cube hopping video game? I'm getting sleepy. Nobody's got it yet. Wreck-It Ralph taught me that. Donkey Kong. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, I'm really going to have to do some doctoring on my throat by Christmas to get my throat in shape to be able to sing. But I would have been going live more often and singing just for fun of it, if I could have. But I didn't want to get on there and do like I did last night, even though I got on there last night and did it. I wanted y'all to see what I go through. I just can't sing right now. I mean, my voice isn't there. Not with these allergies. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. It was Cubert. 2 of you got it. Lance and Brendan. It was Cubert. Final answer. All right, next question. The first computer virus unleashed on unsuspecting users in 1986 was called what? My Doom, Slammer, or Brain? The first computer virus unleashed on unsuspecting users in 1986 was called what? My Doom, Slammer, or brain? Oh, wait. I can't help it, Steve. It's just that time of night when I've been up since daylight this morning, or before daylight. I know it's contagious. All right, all the answers in. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I mean, it's multiple choice. You could take a wild stab at it. Sorry. And when I go to bed, I'll be wide awake. All right, I'm going to give you the answer. It was brain. Lance got it. Keith Sweatpants. Brendan. And Keith Sweatpants again because he put it in there twice. But it was brain. Next question. Second warning. Well, hold on a minute and I'll yawn again. In the 80s, what word was commonly used to describe its shirt, a shirt collar turned upward? In the 80s, what word was commonly used to describe a shirt collar turned upward? I didn't know it was called anything. I told you, Steve, I'd do it again. Just wait a minute. You have to give me my third warning now. Stupid. That's what I'd call it, stupid. All the answers in. This was the last question. Vampire. It was stupid. I'm not stupid. It was popped collar. I was looking at Dennis's answer when I started to read the answer, and stupid came out. It was popped collar. It was called popped. I didn't know that. I've never heard of it. I mean, I knew people wore collars up. There was a trend all of a sudden where people turned their collars up. But I didn't know it was called popped. Okay, let's see how we stand up here. We got Scotty, he's got 5. Brendan, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29. Lance, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh no, we got a tie going. We got Paula Boudoir, 7. I'm still not sure I pronounced that correctly. Donna got 10. Jana got 12. Ann Watson got 15. Dennis got, looks like 11. Keith Sweatpants, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. Tamara, 5. Daniel Smith, 5, 10, 16. Catherine Bella Rosa got 3. Steve Sutton got 8. Ruby Kathleen got 4. So we've got to have a tie, a playoff here. I got to have another question to break the tie. Okay, this is something that you guys should know. Kudos to the winner. Oh no, the chat was disconnected. But it successfully connected back. Okay. All right, this is the tiebreaker question, y'all. This is between Lance and Brendan. These are the only 2 people that should be answering this question. In 1988, what 21-year-old heavyweight champ demolished Larry Holmes, who had come out of retirement only to get TKO'd in the 4th round? Who was the heavyweight champion he fought against? 1988, what 21-year-old heavyweight champion demolished Larry Holmes, who had come out of retirement only to get TKO'd in the 4th round? What happened to Lance? Lance said we didn't call it, but okay. Is Lance still here? My chat keeps disconnecting on me for some reason. Is Lance, did he leave or is he still here? What happened to Lance? Because he said we didn't call it, but that's okay. You didn't understand the question, Lance. I'm going to go to another question. I don't know if, well, let me reread this one. In 1988, Lance, what 21-year-old heavyweight champion demolished Larry Holmes, who had come out of retirement only to get TKO'd in the 4th round? Who did Holmes fight against? I wasn't asking for Holmes. I was asking who he fought against. All right, so Brendan and Lance both got the same answer, which is the correct answer. It was Mike Tyson. I'm going on to the next question. We're going to keep going until both of you answer and one of you gets it wrong. Okay, Lance and Brendan. What diver hit their head on the diving board in 1988 but went on to win the gold? What diver hit their head on the diving board in 1988 but went on to win the gold? Donna says mine too. Says Tyson. Yeah, Brendan and Lance both answered Tyson after Lance realized I wasn't asking for the one I told him was fighting. It was who he was fought against, because he didn't understand the question. I had to go on to the next question. What diver hit their head on the diving board in 1988 but went on to win the gold? Y'all are killing me. You're tied again. You both got it right. Next question. What singer and songwriter was born Farrokh Bulsara in the country of Zanzibar? What singer and songwriter was born, let me spell his name, Farrokh. Last name is Bulsara. He was born in the country of Zanzibar. Who was he? Oh, goodness. Woo. Lance, do you agree with him, or do you think it's somebody else? Oh, man. All right, then. We'll give it to Brandon, because he did get it right. It was Freddie McCurry. I think he came in first with the previous question, too. So he came in, got in the wire first with the last two. So it looks like Brendan Newton, you are the winner. You'll have to send me an email with your mailing address so I can get this mailed out to you. It was the Thanksgiving tablecloth. That was the prize. So my email address is below my videos. HauserLinda49@gmail.com. I can't type it in because I'm not logged into this laptop to where I can type it in, and I can't type it into the camera. So as soon as you email me your mailing address, I'll go ahead and get this packaged up and get it in the mail hopefully tomorrow. And I appreciate y'all sticking with me through my blackout. That scared me, because it'd been so long since I had a fuse to burn out. It literally scared me. I thought to myself, oh my God, no. Don't tell me I got to have an electrician out here to work on my electric. And there's Caleb. Hello. I'm doing fine. We're getting ready to sign off. But I'm glad you popped in and said hello. Lance told Brendan, said, you gens are shark on the 80s. I'm doing great. I had a scare. My electricity went off. So I was in the dark for a little bit. Lost internet. But then I was able to get my fuse in and find out which one it was. And I got my lights back on. My electricity back on. So we were able to continue on with trivia. Oh, I can't imagine it. It scares me to death just to even think of what an electrician would have charged. And he probably would have told me everything was wrong except my fuses. Well, we enjoyed having you with us, Steve Sutton, and I hope you come back the next time. Just be sure to watch my videos because, I may go live anytime with a surprise question. And when I do that, it's going to be a question about some of my videos to give away another prize. I can't tell you when it's going to be or what video it's going to be on until I do it. That assures me y'all, the winner, has been watching my videos to be able to know the answer. All right, well, I'm going to clean up my mess. And I think I'm going to get ready to go to bed because I'm tired. I'm sleepy. But like I said, probably the minute I lay down and my head hits the pillow, I'm going to be wide awake. Keith Sweatpants said Brendan will just wait for the right answer and copy it. Well, how can he wait for the right answer if he was the first one in chat to pop in with the correct answer? He couldn't copy someone. Just like the last couple of questions I asked. He came in with the answer first, so he didn't copy someone. He couldn't have. There was nobody else in there with the answer. But y'all have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And like I said, watch my videos if you want to be able to answer the surprise question to win another prize coming up. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye now. Love y'all.